Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. This is the first part of a two-part video series in how to succeed as an active passive investor. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but you'll understand more in a few minutes. A fundamental principle that I preach is having a core of passively managed mutual funds is the foundation of successful long-term wealth building. I practice that principle as well. About 75% of the securities in my personal portfolio are passively selected. My commitment to this approach has evolved from both my own years of experience, which is about 30 years, and reading reams of research. I'm convinced that beating the market over the long term is as elusive a goal as capturing a wild jackalope. And maybe you have to live in South Dakota to understand how elusive that is. So does that mean investing is as simple as giving most of your money to passive managers, kicking back and relaxing? No, not quite. Yes, investing in the index funds of a diversified group of asset classes and leaving them alone is a good fundamental strategy. It's going to help you secure your financial future and not make big mistakes. But you can be even more successful if you actively apply some additional strategies. I was reminded of these strategies when I read a June 2013 blog post from Bob Seawright of Madison Avenue Securities. I thought it was well done. So here, inspired by and adapted from his top 10 list, are some of the factors that I feel strongly affect the success of passive investors. While financial professionals can really help you do all of these strategies, if you want to go it alone, you can also benefit greatly by paying attention to them. The first one I call, well, what's the point? A successful investment strategy starts with establishing clear, objective, and realistic goals. Most people just bypass this step altogether, thinking that it's really unrelated to their investment selection. Yet, I find that very few people on their deathbeds focus on how great it was to get a 7% annual return on their investments. No, I don't think so. Drilling down to what is really important in your life is no simple task, but it is essential. Creating a life worth living means using portfolio returns to support your dreams and desires, not to be the end-all of your dreams and desires. So knowing where you're going and why is really the first step to establishing a successful portfolio and setting the correct asset class allocation. Number two, you need a written investment plan. Yes, written, even though it's just written to you. Why? This is going to ensure that you have one in the first place. And secondly, it's going to help you clarify what it is. Now, I find that writing things down often helps me find gaps and inconsistencies in what I thought was a complete and rational plan. A written investment plan should cover a lot of things, and you may be, I'm sure, able to find one on the internet by Googling it. But you're going to state in that plan what your investment philosophy is. Are you active? Are you passive? Are you both? What are your goals and objectives for your fund? Which is going to answer the question, how and when will this money support my life? You're going to want to put in guidelines and constraints that you're going to adhere to in managing your money. You're writing this in a time of rationality. So what tenure do you want in a manager? What's your upper limit on expense ratios? How much flexibility are you going to give a manager? What quantifiable factors will take you out of a market or bring you back in? All this and much, much more needs to be in writing in your investment plan. A written plan is going to bring structure and discipline to your investment strategy. And this is a quality that most investors completely lack. Third, you're going to need to manage your behavior. We all have blind spots, biases, and delusions, and how you behave in the face of a market decline and a market advance is going to affect your long-term portfolio returns far more than any other single factor. I find that our clients that made a change in equities, even a small change, like going from a 70-30 to a 60-40 portfolio at the bottom of the market in March of 2009, impacted their long-term 10 and 20-year portfolio returns by 1 to 2%. So to make this even more challenging for you, your brain is naturally wired for investment failure. Identifying and reframing your money scripts can help you rewire your brain for success instead, so that's something I highly recommend. And working with a financial coach or a financial therapist or a wealth manager can also help you with this and be valuable to you in helping you negotiate your own mind. Fourth is financial planning. Now, many people think that financial planning is limited to investment advice, yet it's far more broad and deep than just investment advice. Financial planning not only helps you build wealth, but it helps you use it wisely to support the life you want. It also helps you keep your wealth. Now, I have 6 more keys to successful passive investing that I'm going to cover in the second video to this series, so I hope you'll join me there. Thanks for listening.